Hi everybody, what we're going to do today is take a video of exactly what happens when we settle after pressing. So what we're going to be doing is racking off the gross lees. What you see down here is just a really compact, nice layer of gross lees from after pressing. We are approximately 3 days out from our press, and what we're going to be doing is racking the Merlot that we actually did the experiment with off of this gross lees. This is my personal winemaking technique. Specifically because the gross lees can contribute some off flavors to wine if they're not maintained and handled appropriately, and if you're not doing things like sur lees aging, things along those lines. Even then you can still do batonnage without gross lees. Some winemakers like to mess around with gross lees. Me personally, I like to maintain a clean wine until the end. So what we're going to do here is we're going to rack the wine off the gross lees into this clean sterilized bucket. We're going to use a very manual method so everyone can actually relate to this particular thing. In the meantime, I'm going to take a sample for the lab test just to confirm TA, pH, and confirm the end of fermentation, which I will measure residual sugar. I'm also going to measure malic acid concentration using paper chromatography. So out of that, I'll take about a 50 ml sample from this, and that'll go to the lab. And essentially what we're going to do is rack. Be careful when you get down there not to stir up too much of the sediment. Rack into here, clean it, sterilize it, and then rack back. And put a top back on it, but before I put the top on, I usually add some oak cubes. In this particular things, I'll be adding oak spirals. And I think I'm using a French oak, medium plus French oak. And I'll also be adding a packet of Bacchus, the malolactic bacteria. So what we'll show you in a bit is the racking. So what we're going to do here is pop the top. This. Pop the top. And this whole piece has been sterilized. You can see some of the star sand on the bottom. I'm going to stick it in gently and start to suck up so we actually don't. See, we're going to start getting the flow moving. See it? Oh, look at that color. Wow. And there you go. Place it down in the bottom gently, in the bottom corner. And that is racking. You see nice gentle racking. One thing to mention at this point in time is it's probably okay for the wine to have a little exposure to oxygen at this point in time. It's not going to kill it. It'll probably, so if you're noticing any off odors, you can try splashing this around a little bit to get some of the off odors out. If that doesn't work and you're noticing some hydrogen sulfide from the yeast nutrients or yeast nutrient not being there, you can actually try adding a product called Regulus. I've used that in the past and it has minimal effect and it seems to work. Minimal effect on flavor and seems to work really well for hydrogen sulfide. Once again, that product is called Regulus. But essentially, this is what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be racking ever so gently into our bucket here, sterilize, clean, wash, rack, and return, and then inoculate with bacteria and wood. Okay?